Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of Live Album Love. In the co-captain's chair, as always, Mr. Rick Labonte. What's going on, my friend?
A lot, my friend, a lot. It's been a heck of a summer so far. Busy as hell, and got tickets to see a lot of shows. So it's gonna be a good another good summer. Halfway there already, flying
Nope.
by.
Flying by, flying high again.
Yes,
How's the-
flying high. Yes, sir. Whew.
Yeah, what a crazy week. You guys getting much rain up by you? We're like
Uh,
hitting a little dry spell here.
yeah. Well, we're getting the rain last night, thunderstorms, like extreme weather. But then we've just been getting sunny days, hot days. We had a great weekend with it dropped down a little bit, but it's just been hot, crazy
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah.
But no, we're getting the rain, but it's usually at the nighttime, so it's not spoiling your day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've had a lot of rain all summer long until about 2 weeks ago, and now it's kind of like come to a crashing halt, and it's getting really hot. And I'm looking at my lawn turning brown, and I'm like, and I see the pool level dropping, and I'm like, oh, I got to put that hose in the pool for the first time all summer, you know. So it's like, what
But
do I
at
do?
least you get to use your pool because sometimes summers could be,
Yeah, no,
unpredictable.
I've used it quite a bit, which is good. It's I
That's
try to
good.
go in it every day. I use it mainly for exercise. I just love swimming laps and stuff. I can't say I've
It's the
spent a lot.
best thing. It uses every muscle when you
Yeah.
swim.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
You know.
So we are continuing on with our tour of the alphabet once again. So we just started this tour. So we did A last month, and we showed you a bunch of live albums that we have from artists and bands that start with the letter A. So what comes after A, Rick?
The letter B. But
Letter
just
B.
before we do that, I just want to say thank you for your comments, folks, the ones that we didn't get. While we were talking during the show, we discovered America had a live album 1975. Pete and I went and got that. That was a fabulous purchase. So, and then there were people giving us that feedback. Also, I want to thank the good positive comments that we got. I went and got the Alter Bridge live at the Royal Albert Hall because of somebody that mentioned it. And Accept live. It hasn't shown up yet, but the one came in. But anyway, thanks again, folks out there, giving us some tips about what album to get that we haven't got. And that's what we want to do, share the love, share these out live albums. And if you can point out something we miss, please do. It's a never-ending research. It's a never-ending, hunt.
Yeah, and our wallets will thank you for that, So
Yeah.
additional ones that we have to go pick up. So that's the way it goes. So yeah, so I guess Rick and I before we got started, we were like busy trying to put our stuff in order of the alphabet here. So we'll start, I guess, with BA and work our
Yeah.
way to, I guess, BU. I don't know anything after that. I'm looking at a couple of BUs in mine. So
Yeah.
Rick, kick us off here.
Well, I got the babies. This is just a rare thing. Came out in 2023, and I know you like it. It's actually they're promoting the Head First album,
Okay.
and so they don't have a whole lot of songs under the belt. But it's a really good album, and opened with Head First, of course. Had some really good, strong stuff. Because we have so many CDs, I can't list every song out. But I want to highlight that some of the stuff that you would like to hear, looking for love or their version of money. That's what I want. I all started from the live place, and then of course they threw it on album. But it's a really cool thing to get. It's exactly what was it? 12 songs, 12 songs, a set, and it's called Live at the Bottom Line, 1979.
Yeah, I don't have that. I would be very
Yeah,
interested.
oh, it's brand new, my friend.
I
It's
love the
like
big.
only 2 years old.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
always wondered what babies would sound like live. I've seen some clips here and there, and I know you're a fan. You did a good ranking of it. So, but that was one of the things I always wondered what they would be like, because that band is history as far as that lineup. And it's a good album to get. I
Cool.
hope they have more to come out with a couple albums later, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, when they got more stuff in the set. Yeah, that's cool. I'll definitely be on the lookout for that. My first selection today is Bachman Turner Overdrive Japan Tour.
Oh, nice.
Maybe
I
from
don't have that one.
1977. Yeah, killer stuff. I think this one falls under the radar for a lot of people. It's just, well, I guess it wasn't really available here for many, many years, and then they've released it on CD. Great shot of the band in the back. But yeah, it's heavy. Great stuff on here. Roll on down the highway, hold back the water, welcome home's on here. Don't get yourself in trouble, four-wheel drive, taking care of business. I mean, just crushing stuff. And it's a great sounding live album from their classic lineup. So if you like,
How many tracks?
you got eight in total. But it really seven because the last is just like a thank you and Domo Arigato, and then they do Slow Down Boogie, which is kind of like a jam. So really, you got six tracks. I wish it had more, but
Well, I have it in this one, and it's called All Time Greatest Hit Batman Turner Overdrive Live. And it's eight song too, but it's not the same album. It got Hey You, Mississippi Queen, Sledgehammer, Fragile Man, Bad News, Travis Fast, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet, and Roll Down the Highway and Taking Care of Business.
wow.
So I never, but I grabbed this like years ago, and but yeah, this was actually a 1990 CD release.
Wow. Yeah, not a lot of live BTO stuff out there. So, yeah, this would have been great if it was a double, but unfortunately not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, you got anything else since I just pulled out that one?
Bad Company live at Wembley.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I
Another
have.
band that probably should have had more live albums from back when they were like, a big thing. I mean, that's the crazy thing. We never got like a live Bad Company album back in the 70s, which is cool.
There's a
Yes, yeah.
DVD of that.
Yep.
You can get that as well.
Yeah, this is cool. So this is from the 2000s, obviously, on their reunion tours. But they play. I mean, the set list is great. It's like every mandatory Bad Company song on here. They sound great. But yeah, I just wish we had like a Bad Company live album from like 77, 78 or something like that.
Well, they do. That's one you need to get, folks. And I got a couple to show you.
All
This
right.
one's called Live 77, 79. My friend just mentioned that. And it's a a double concert. So it's live at the Summit, Houston, Texas.
When did that come in? I don't remember ever
May
hearing.
23. Oh, brother, this came out in 2016.
Jeez,
And
I missed
May 23rd of 1970. Dude, the quality is really good. It's not like, you can get the Ken Bisick Flower Hour. It could be overly audience and drowning out the band. Not like that at all. And the second disc has them live at the Emperor Wembley Stadium again, but this is March 9th of 1979. So you gotta have this. It's a must have. And what's cool, it shows the Swan Song label. It's all part of the real package. It's an official
it. It's officially-
release
Okay.
when for Bad Company finally. So what you were saying is long overdue. You wish why they never released this in the early 80s, because this would be a really good album in the history of live albums, honest to God. Since we're on that topic, I'm going to continue so we can move on to another band. Is Bad Company live at Red Rocks. Which is great about here is that they have Howard playing guitar, and Rich Robertson from Black Crows is on this band lineup. It's an interesting concert. Again, some of the songs that you might not get on an average Bad Company show, like Gong Gong Gong, Crazy Circle, Live for the Music, but the rest is there. And then this is I think it's one of the lineup where they don't have almost no original guys except Simon and Paul at this point. It's called The Merchant of Cool. But then they came back with Mick Ralph a few times. It's been going back and forth like a revolving door. And this is something that you get if you go to their concert. They were on tour with Leonard Skinner, and I was at the Pine Knob Music Hall. I mean Pine Knob Music place at in Michigan, Pontiac, Michigan. And if you go to the concert, you can get the live performance of the show you saw, and that's what I got right here. And so here's live in Detroit, 40th anniversary tour. Bad Company's on fire. So yeah, that's all the Bad Companies out there. But why they waited this long to release some of these albums? But better than now or never.
Yeah, I got to look up that 77 one.
You do, and it's a great way to wrap up that part of that lineup.
Cool.
Before they had to take a break.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, here's something that came out not that long ago. God, when did this come out? 2024, maybe 2023? I don't know. But again, better late than never. The Baker Gurvitz Army, Neon Lights, the live broadcast from 1975. So it's Ginger Baker and the Paul and Adrian Gurvitz. Very cool hard rock band. Short-lived. They only released a couple albums, but this is contains a whole bunch of concerts from 1975, BBC appearances, radio broadcast, and live at the Paris Theatre in London. Very, very cool stuff, as well as a performance at Radio Bremen, Germany. So really cool stuff if you like Ginger Baker and the Gurvitz brothers. Very cool hard rock band. Back to you.
Yep. We did mention this band once before because we talked about the definitive live album, Badger. They had the one album live done by John Anderson. I just want to throw it out there. Next in order of the alphabet, I believe, would be the Beach Boys, I think. There's a Beach Boys double live album of them back in the early 60s and then late 60s. So it's called Beach Boys Concert and then Live in London, which is like a good because there's short concert. To throw it on one CD, you have a complete show, no song repeat. And so if everybody ever wondered, can they sing like they do on the record? Was the proof that to let people know. Because sometimes that was a hit and miss in the 70s, depending on a good day, depending on how the sound quality is. But this was a testament that they can sing live. And they have one song in there that was played by Grant Arthur a few times. Blueberry over the mountain weather. Oh no, the hearts were full of spring with all a cappella, live, no instrument. And to pull that off, you see live. And so they wanted to show off the testament of the voice. So that was a good album to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure seeing as the Beach Boys songs were like 2.5, 3 minutes long tops, you could probably fit a shit ton of songs on the live album.
Oh yeah, exactly. I mean, there is something else too. They have since we're on the Beach Boy thing, they do have this Good Vibration tour, and that was funny because you have all the cast from Saturday Night Live on here and John Belushi and all that stuff. It's kind of cool. Paul McCartney's here. But this is the live Network 1980, and Brian Wilson came back. It was a big deal. And this is one of the most times where he is still with us in terms of in it, because there have been times they took him on tour and he's just drifting in space a little bit, he's there, but he's not all there, just kind of going through the motions, where here he's with us in a big way.
Cool. All right, I got two from Barclay James Harvest here. We've got BBC in concert from 1972. So you got a selection of tracks that they played live. And in fact, there's some stuff here with the symphony orchestra, and then also some shows from the performance from the Paris Theatre in London from 1972. And then, to me, their classic live album, they do have a few of them, is the Barclay James Harvest Live from 1974. Amazing, definitive versions of a lot of these tracks like Summer Soldier, Medicine Man, Crazy City, Galadriel, Paper Wings, Mockingbird, all on here. Great stuff, tons of Mellotron, tons of great guitar work, really, really great. I would say definitely get this, folks. If you've never listened to Barclay James Harvest before, they're kind of similar, sort of, to the Moody Blues, but different. If you want to get one album from them to see if you really like the band, definitely get Barclay James Harvest Live. It's killer, killer, killer.
Sounds good to me. I have to get that one. Next in order would be the Beatles. I shared this once in our Curse of the Collector that I found this live at the Hollywood Bowl, the complete thing. But then you can get the remastered, as me and Pete talked about. We were getting it, and they added some bonus tracks in there from their 77 album release that George Martin put out, and his son finished this, remastered it, and gave us some extra tracks. Yeah, so it's pretty good to have it. I mean, you got to have a Beatles live album, and so this is good to have. But if you're a real collector like us, you also will appreciate live at the BBC stuff. And this is live at the BBC. It's a double CD, and in that time, everything, if they were going to perform, they have to play those songs live on the spot. Now, it might not be with an audience. There's some audience live footage, recording, you can tell. But there's a lot of it just live in the studio. And same thing with this volume 2, which got some repeats and some other different material. But this is the main one you need. It's the very first volume. Cause I
For
mean,
those
you
who are
think about
annoyed, for those who get annoyed at all the screaming people at the Hollywood Bowl show,
yes,
probably what you
that's
don't hear,
better.
'cause you just hear the band, right? That's one of the reasons why, for me, the Hollywood Bowl is cool for what it is. But I mean, it's unrelenting with all the screaming women and everything. It's
Isn't it? Isn't it? Because you can't. It takes away all the dynamics and some of the power that they
yeah,
had. But what's great about this is that when they were managed by George Martin, they were encouraged to do some of the Motown and that. But they were saying, stay away from Elvis Presley, stay away from some of the your competitors. But they play these songs in the live at the BBC. That's All Right, Mama, and a few other great songs that they wouldn't put out under as a cover on their album. So it's cool to have, and they do it well.
yeah. All right, a classic live album from a very cool band that sadly wasn't around for long enough, but Bebop Deluxe live in the
Yes, sir.
area.
I have it ready.
This is
Great
great.
album.
This is the deluxe esoteric release, which has all sorts of extra stuff on it. Mandatory, mandatory. I mean, Bill Nelson,
Yes.
one of the great unsung guitar heroes, and a very cool band that just defies categorization. Are they like prog? Are they like pop? Are they kind of pre-new age? It's like a little bit everything. Space rock. I mean, they did everything. Very
Right.
cool band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me to sum it up, I would call them art rock.
Art rock, yeah, art rock I think fits them. Yeah, yeah.
That sits them
Never
the
that
best
niche,
because
right?
they're so everywhere. You're right. And what a great performance in this.
Uh,
They are so good because those songs are so complex and so you so well recorded. You wondered how they're gonna be done live, and it's fabulous.
yeah.
Great band.
I mean, Sister Siegel is just amazing on here. And again, Bill Nelson, terrific, terrific guitar player. That
Oh,
doesn't,
isn't it? I love those tones. And he's the lead part player, right?
yeah,
Is
pretty
it?
much. Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell. It really enhanced. Great, good stuff, buddy. Okay, so we're getting into the Jeff Beck stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's get into the Beck. Well, I'll start with his um some of his solo stuff. Obviously, um, okay, let's start with the album that he released legally. Um, we could go, yeah, we'll go with that. Then I go Beck Bogan a piece, but live at Jan Hammer. This was 1977, I believe it was, and this is like at this point, this would be the first live stuff you can get from Jeff Beck in his lifetime at the time. Then there'll be all kinds of stuff that we surfacing. You go ahead.
Yeah, and that's solo. So
Yes, we'll do
all
the solo and we'll do the other.
yeah, so I'll hold off on this one.
Yeah,
So,
me too.
yeah, I mean, I got, God, speaking of Jeff Beck, so I got this one, Jeff Beck with the Jan Hammer Group from Brisbane, 1977. So for those who complain that the album that Rick just showed was a little too short, here you get, it's a little bit longer, but I think we still
Is it
want.
the same show?
No, no, but it's
Oh, okay, just the
same
same
tour,
tour.
yeah, different venue, but you get,
Okay,
a few more tracks, which is kind of cool.
I'm
Trying
still
to
good to get it.
Yeah, I mean, I got all sorts of Jeff Beck stuff here. Anyway, go throw another one out there.
Okay, no problem. I keep going back and forth because you got this is the one you turned me on. I think it was Jet Buck, New York, 1980.
Yeah,
You got that one, and I saw you. I did. I had to get it, and yeah, it's really great because I love this period of his career when he had those few of those instrumental albums under his belt. Now, no secret, my favorite is Blow by Blow, second Wired, and second or third, I mean, would be Star Baby, whatever. But to have this summary of three albums like that on here, that's great.
so if you like the Blow by Blow album, you got to get this one, which is Jeff Beck
Okay.
Detroit. So this is
Oh
from
my gosh, yeah.
the Masonic Temple Theater in Detroit, Michigan, May 9th, 1975. You get, I mean, Constipated Duck is on here. She's a Woman, Freeway Jam, Superstition, Because We've Ended as Lovers, Power, Got the Feeling, Diamond Dust, and You Know What I Mean. Kill.
Pretty good. No Scatterbrain, that's
No
interesting.
Scatterbrain, though. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, well, that's what's cool about this one. BB, I think it's near your neck of woods. That's interesting. That is a legendary place from Detroit. Here's one close to you. BB King Blues Club and Grill, New York. Remember when you saw Liquid Tension there, and then a few other bands like
I've
that?
seen a lot of it.
Well, Beck put out a live album there, and it's really cool. And at this point, this is like late in early 21st century. So.
Yeah, it's a more recent one. Yeah, I've got.
Yeah, more recent. But I do have some videos if you guys want to check out. This is my favorite one. Jeff Beck live at Ronnie Scott. You got the recording? I got to get that audio. It's so strong that I need the audio like
This is
yours. I'm
great.
going to get it.
Really,
It
really
is.
great. Yeah.
And
This.
this one is it's a jam with you know, Steve and
Oh, I have that on CD as well. Yeah.
yeah, so
And mine's got also Carlos Santana's on it too.
yeah, you showed when we did the Santana, so I have to get it still on audio. It's on my thing to do list.
Here's one from.
And another thing too, just real quickly, live at the Hollywood Bowl. It's amazing, Jeff Beck. It's like the whole summary of his career. Before he passed, this was like one of the last shows, and this sums up his whole career. So I wish I had this on CD. And there's this one, yeah. Go ahead.
Jeff Beck Live Plus. This I think was released in 2015. So again, it's got stuff from throughout his career. All sorts of stuff on here. Covers are on here. All sorts of crazy stuff. There he is right there. Also, well,
Awesome.
the official release came out on Atco.
And the Rock and Roll Party tribute to Les Paul, doing all kinds of rockabilly and that. To see him do this live, it's really incredible stuff. The only thing is, if you would look to Jeff Beck doing his stuff, it's not there. It's just all these, like walk around the clock and that kind of stuff. Billy Haley and all the rockabilly guitar players.
Yep. All
Okay.
right, we got two left. They're Jeff Beck Group and Beck Bogart in a piece.
Yeah, let's do it.
All
So
right.
both got both concerts, right? They had this, and then they did a remasters, and then
The
he
box set.
told me about this
Yeah,
one.
the box set is amazing. It's really good.
Yes.
Good.
So
Yeah,
everybody.
interestingly enough, I mean this was never released in this country at the time. It was only released in Japan.
No,
So we had to wait for this for quite a while. I mean, it's good. I think the one of the other shows that's on the box set is even better though.
I agree. It's amazing how they hold it this long. Really good quality too, and the tapes showed you that they were really a force to be reckoned. I'm surprised it
Yeah.
didn't last as long, but
Well,
you
you
know
know what
how.
it is, Rick? I mean, we've talked about it before. I think, unfortunately for that band, they needed a frontman lead singer. I think
Yeah,
that's the only thing that held them back. Not that they didn't do an okay job singing all the stuff themselves, but none of the three of those guys really are a true lead singer. And I think if they had, because I mean, the original plan is Rod Stewart. They wanted Rod Stewart to sing for them. Could you imagine? Like Rod Stewart singing for
imagine that
them?
would be the. I mean, I would have that before the Faces any day. I mean, I like the Faces, but not like that. Not like that. That would have been a dream team. That
Yeah,
would have been the real super group. Real
oh,
super.
for sure. They would have taken over the world. I think they were big enough and they drew enough people to their concerts when they did tour, but it just, it imploded, unfortunately. Here's one from 1972 with the Jeff Beck Group.
Cool. Oh yeah, I have that.
Paris Theater, 1972. This is great because here you have stuff like Ice Cream Cakes is on here, Going Down, Morning Dew, Definitely Maybe, Got the Feeling, Let Me Love You, Ain't No Sunshine, and New Ways, Train, Train. So really, really cool stuff. And it's just under an hour long. So you get a nice full show here. And this is, of
Nice.
course, with Cozy Powell and everybody, right? So really cool stuff.
Yeah, I have that. I don't have a hard copy. I have it a digitally download, but
Digital?
I
Yeah.
get it. Yeah, big time. That's awesome. I'm glad you pointed that one out. The next for me, according because I have every CD I own and on a book, right? I always type it out, added it for insurance reasons, so anything ever happen, I get it back. My next one would be Chuck Berry. And what's good about this is that Chuck Berry used the Steve Miller Band to as an opening backing track band. So that was my curiosity. I'd had to see. It wasn't really Stevie Miller Band. Steve Miller. What do
Was
we
it the
call it?
Steve Miller Blues Band back then, right?
Blues Band. Thank you. Thank you. I knew it was a little different in the title, but it's cool stuff. And then they do C.C. Rider, Different Blues, and there's a lot of bluesy stuff. And then he ends it with all the rock and roll stuff. My Diddling, Johnny Be Good, and a few other stuff. What's good about this is that has a song It Hurts Me Too, where he does a duet with Stevie Miller, where they trade off vocals. So that kind of shows you a little history. And that is the bonus track. It was never on the record, but they threw it on the CD. So Stevie Miller gets a little credit, right? As far as the singer goes. So it was interesting. Live at the Fillmore Auditorium. And this is around like the late 60s. So, Flower Power with an old relic from the past, a pioneer of rock and roll, come to play with pretty much a blues hippie band.
Yeah, and a very obscure up and coming band at the time because Steve Miller was really nobody yet until like 73, 74. So, but they were
In a
playing
big
around out in
way.
the San Francisco area and that whole psychedelic scene as basically a blues band. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
all right. How about Dickie Betts and Great Southern? This is from the Rock Palace series. So this was recorded. God, well, obviously in Germany, but I guess on the Rock Palace Festival, 4th and 5th of March, 1978. So basically, this was while he was doing Great Southern and not in the Allman Brothers band at the time. And I guess they were on one of their breaks or whatever. I don't know. It's late 70s, Allman Brothers. Yeah, they were kind of like shot by then. But very cool stuff on here. You get two CDs, a lot of Allman's favorites, as well as some Great Southern material. And, Dickie Betts, amazing guitar player. And it's
Yeah,
his
he's
gold top Les Paul, and he sounds amazing on here. And yeah, good stuff.
yep. My next in order would be the Black Country Communion live album. I have the DVD and the CD, which is fantastic live performance and a double disc, and it just shows you why they are one of the greatest act on the planet right now. So this is captured in a time where they're just getting their foot out there, getting the message. They got a
Early
couple
on,
albums under the belt, so it's brand new. I think they're due for another live album to wrap up, you know, the fifth album
I
to
would
make.
think so because we got that live album so early in their career. It's like let's get this
Yeah,
now because I know they're playing some live shows and whatnot. So yeah,
yeah, in Europe right now, and it's been great reviews all over the place.
yep, yep. All right, let me pop two quick ones here so we can get back to BL because I got a couple of stragglers here. So
Oh, okay,
here's
sure.
between the Buried and Me, Colors Live, great progressive metal band. This they play their whole Colors album live. This is on audio and DVD, so you get a whole bunch of stuff on here. And then
Nice.
last, before we jump back into BL, is the great German hard rock, prog rock, krautrock band Birth Control. This is their classic 70s, 19, God, what year was this? 1974, 73 live album. I forget exactly what year this came out. And anyway, it's great. All sorts of long tracks, loads of Hammond organ, blistering guitar, kick-ass stuff. Check that out if you haven't heard it already. And now let's go back to BL, I guess.
Okay, so you know what? That's a very controversial band name for back in the day. I'm sure. I imagine Birth
Yeah,
Control.
great band though. Really good.
I
Birth
never
Control.
heard of them. I gotta check that
You
out.
never heard of Birth Control?
No,
Oh,
I have to be honest. It sounds intriguing, but
go.
let me
You got a pen and paper anywhere, real quick?
yeah,
Got down Birth Control Hoodoo Man.
got it.
Hoodoo, like voodoo, Hoodoo Man.
Okay,
Go listen to that album. You'll be sold. I know you're a big Uriah Heep Deep Purple fan. You'll love the early Birth Control. It's just that
I'm
heavy
in.
organ and guitar. Yeah, it's really good stuff.
See, people, this happens every time we go on an SOT episode, whether I'm a guest or not. I'm buying something.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so we said we're on BL, so let's go with the Black Crows. Now, the order of the live material that they released in the market, and then I'll play some stuff they released later. But the very first thing you could get was a Black Crows EP live in a box set when they only went as far as the fourth album. And so that's kind of a weird thing to get live at the Beacon Theater of 1995, and it's just four songs. But if you're a freak like me, you're gonna get it.
Got
But the
out.
real official collector for the world was the Black Crows Live, and it's called Live, and then it just tell you where they play these songs. It's just a compilation of their tour when they were on tour for the Lions album, and it's called the Black Crows Live here. It's really good. I love it. I like it. It's really big guitar, and yeah, it's a great lineup. I'm glad they put it up with that band. Can I continue with the Black Crows if you
Yep.
got?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just to wrap them up, then they take a break, they do the thing, and they come back in 2005, I think it was, and put out Freaking Roll Into the Fog, and it's a DVD out there too, right here, so you can get this live performance, and it's a really good show. Um, and they got a horn section that come near the tail end. Then they released an album called War Paint, and then War Paint did a live album of the whole War Paint being performed, and then they come back with disc two with some other song they threw that night. The Black Crowes were always famous of changing song set list night to night, but if they were promoting the album, it would only be the second half that changed night to night. In this case, you would get Poor Elijah, Darling Underground Press, Bad Luck, Blue Eyes, Goodbye, Don't Know Why, Torn and Frayed, Stones, Hey Grandma. So it's a bunch of covers in there as well, but it's a good performance. You'd like to see the band do it live. You get the DVD. It's awesome. And then, of course, this came out, the last live album they released was when they were touring, and it got them back together again. With the Shake Your Money Maker, going back to a full circle, starting all over, and it kind of inspired them to put out that latest album that you and I have done a review on in the past. And this is a good double album. And what happens is that they play the whole first record in its entirety, and then they throw like the encore stuff. In this case, you would get No Speak, No Slave. Papa Was a Rolling Stone because they put an EP out called 1972 for that first. Soul Singing, Wiser Time, Thorn in My Pride, Sting Me, Remedy, and it's only rock and roll from the Stones. So kind of cool. Good live recording. But they're only promoting the brothers. You don't see the other bandmates. It's like they are the Black Crowes now.
They're the
And this is
sidemen
the
now, right? Yeah, it's
and this is the bootleg because it's a radio recording of them live at the Greek in 1991 when they did performing the very first album. And they have a song called, which we would call Sting Me. They call it something else, You're Wrong, with a different working title and different lyrics, and they would change it. So it's kind of cool to hear this song, which been written on the road, and they're testing it on the road. But anyway, live recording. And they do a cover at the end, Shake 'Em Down, Get Back, Walk with Jesus. It's just a jam, and it's pretty cool. He said, well, we're talking on the radio, but then he goes and swears on the radio. He knows he's on the radio. He said, I think it was like seeing things for the first time. You're lying with somebody, and then you realize, how long am I going to be with this asshole? And he says that right on the live radio. I don't curse that much, but it's funny as hell that he was a rebel with a cause. I'll wait from the beginning.
that's funny. All right, where are we going here? All right, so how about a little Southern rock? How about a little Blackfoot Highway
Yes,
Song
sir.
Live?
Which one is that one?
This is the Wounded Bird release.
Okay. I have the Blackfoot live at the King Biscuit Flower.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
with Ken Henley. This is
yeah.
with Ken Henley in the band, and they actually do the song "Easy Living," and they also throw in "Living in the City," Stevie Wonder, and they do a great job. But these guys are also playing a little fast. Like when I'm listening to songs, like how many lines of coke did you guys take before you started this show? I mean, it was like it's a little on the fast side, but and what's cool to have a 17-minute interview with Ricky Malach interview from the radio broadcast. So it's kind of cool. I
That's hard
like
to
it.
get right now. The King Biscuit show. That's king.
Yeah, they're getting. I hope they, some like a rock candy label come up and
Yeah,
save
it'd be
some of
nice.
these
Well,
things.
Rock Candy reissued this one, so this is the
Oh
Wounded Bird.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the Wounded Bird version, but Rock Candy
Oh
has
okay.
also released Highway Song Live. But yeah, this is killer. So this is a few years before that performance. I think what year was this? 1980 or 80, 82? But yeah, this guy, Gimme Gimme Gimme's on here. Good Morning, Dry County, Fly Away, Train, Highway Song. It's all on here. It's
Nice.
kick ass. So
Nice.
all right,
Yeah.
back to you.
Cool. All right. So I guess Blackfoot we'll have to go Sabbath, right? So we'll go back and forth because I know we got a bunch of that. Yeah, bring my Sabbath over
Actually, I did
here.
not bring any of my Sabbath Live stuff. I figure I'd let you because I've already shown my Sabbath Live stuff so many times, and I have so
Oh
much.
yeah, okay, cool. All right. But you can chime in because you're a big fan. I want you to put your 2 cents. But obviously we know the famous one that came out, but they got a way better one, and
Way
Pete
better.
shared this with us. It's
Do you know
called Past
When
Life.
Ozzy died the other day, right after I heard he died and right after I filmed my tribute, you know what I went and did? I listened to that entire live album start to finish.
Me too. And I not only did this, I also grabbed the last CD I have, this near the meeting. When you go to a Black Sabbath tour at the very end, which is the Birmingham thing, but I got him to sign this signature. Ozzy and Geezer and Tony signed it, and of all things called The End,
Yep.
right? And had some song from the 13, a few songs live of that tour. So how special is that? So I listened to this and this way back to back after I watched your tribute there. I just sent you a message and you already was starting to do one live. I thought, okay, he got it. We're always communicating, folks, to keep Pete up to speed because he's one guy, but he's always on top of it. Even the golden earring personality, I would get it. Oh, he got it. I always appreciate that you're on top of that. It's not the easiest thing to do with your lifestyle. So yeah, so we got that, and then the famous Live Evil, but as Chris and Pete had shared us, there's a way better version, the latest Live Evil we mixed
Remix.
mastered. I never want to go back to the other one. I honestly really love the performance. It sounds like you're in the seat for the theater to watch the show. It's so good. You're not feeling like you're hearing something of a testimony. You're in the seat. And then they had the reunion tour, which was a very important, live concert, which is great. I've seen that tour. Pantera opened up for them. Double album, playing songs like Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, songs you wouldn't expect them to play in a long time, but it's great. Now, this is the final live album, but I'm sure they're gonna put back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Will be something else that could be added. But anyway, this is their last goodbye, but it wasn't completed because Bill wasn't on here, right? And I think that's why Ozzy did what he did. He wanted to make sure Bill was on the last Black Sabbath band he played with had to have the original guys. And I'm glad they did that. But this was a good show to go back to his home, just like he did last time. There is a couple DVDs you can get of the Never Say Die tour album tour. I wish they put this on audio and play that, but this is where Van Halen gave them a run for their money. And so this was a tough tour for them, and it was the tour that ended up Ozzy is no longer with them. But if you love the history of Black Sabbath, you have to also get the Last Supper,
Yep.
which is when they went back in that reunion tour with Bill Ward. They did release a live album, which is great. And what I like to highlight for me, because it wasn't played often, is After Forever. To
Oh,
get
yeah.
them to play that song on a concert is kind of cool. So that's basically what I have for Black Sabbath in the audio sense.
Cool. Yeah, for folks who want to see a lot of my Black Sabbath live albums and bootlegs, Chris Allen and I did an episode of the Sabbath Stones probably last year, where we went in depth in a lot of the bootlegs that we have, the bootleg live albums and a lot of the official albums. So if you want to go check out all the ones, I got so many of them. So go check that out. We may have even done two episodes on that. But anyway, go to the playlist here on the channel for the Sabbath Stones, and you'll see all that stuff there. There's a ton of great Sabbath bootlegs out there. In fact, Rick mentioned that the Never Say Die show, which is available on video. The audio of that is also available on bootleg. You can find it. It's out there.
Oh,
So
good, good, good,
really,
good.
it was a very cool show, by the way. How about Black Label Society, Alcohol Fuel Brutality Live +5? So Zach, speaking of Sabbath, this Black Label Society, Zach Wild played with Ozzy for many, many years. This is his other band, Black Label Society. Really cool live album that came out. And then I do want to throw out here because Rick was asking me about this before we started recording, since I did the Black Oak, Arkansas ranking last weekend. And there were a lot of people in the comments like, "Oh, I can't believe you didn't include or show the complete Raunch and Roll um, from Black Oak, Arkansas." And yeah, Raunch and Roll is a great live album from Black Oak, Arkansas. I think if you're going to get any Black Oak, Arkansas first, you probably should get this. This is the first thing I ever got from them. And then they released the complete Raunch and Roll live, which is basically all sorts of extra stuff that makes the original live album much beefier, much, much better. So here you got a double disc set with all sorts of great stuff. There's Jim Dandy with his washboard, right? Classic stuff. And this was released on, I think Rhino put this out. Yeah, Rhino put this out. So if you can get the complete Raunch and Roll live, you got a great live album here. So very, very cool stuff.
Sounds good to me. So was it a single CD in the original?
Single album, yeah, originally, yeah.
And
Now,
that's the double CD for that.
yeah, yeah.
That's great. I'm glad they're correcting that, man.
I tell you what, before we jump into a band
Yeah.
that I think we both have a lot of, let me just throw one last one out here. Blood Rock Live, the
Oh,
great band Blood Rock.
I
Yeah,
got that too. That
this is
was my
great.
next.
Really good.
Great. I love it. I mean, you turned me on to Blood Rock going back, oh, 2018, I think I did. And I went and grabbed this live album around that same time.
Very
It was just
underrated band. Again, another one of
72.
those great bands with blistering guitar and big Hammond organ. If you like that sort of thing, it's kind of like, to me, these guys are like the American kind of like Deep Purple, Uriah Heep sort of, but with a little bit of a Grand Funk Railroad flair, I think, too. But yeah, really, really
Right
good.
on. Well, before I was going to show this, I don't have this on CD, but it's the Blind Faith Live at Hyde Park in 1969. There is a
Oh wow.
CD recording. I'm looking for it. I'm trying to find it. But this is the actual DVD of them playing Well, All Right, Sea of Joy, the whole record. And they have a couple, but they extend it, because they don't have much material. But to see Ginger Baker, Eric Clapton, Stevie Winwood, and Rick
Rich, Rich.
Gretsch, yeah, playing live at that time on Hyde Park, and yeah, it was a big deal. I think King Crimson played at the Hyde Park around the same time.
Yeah, didn't they open up for them? Because I know King
No,
Crimson
maybe
opened
King
up for the
Crimson
Stones, or maybe
opened up for the
Crimson for the Stones.
Stones
Yeah, they
when
opened up
the
for the Stones
Stones.
on Mick
Uh,
Taylor's first
yeah,
show.
Mick Taylor, that's where it was. But it was around the same time. It's a Hyde Park thing, and it was around that same year.
Yeah, I've
Um,
never seen that. I would like to check that out, but I would love a live album from like a
Yeah, and you know what it looks like? It's just like a documentary of people in the park blowing bubbles in the hippie thing, and then they show the band. It's way open, bright. It's like you would think they were on at 3 in the afternoon or 4 in the afternoon. It's just an afternoon
all
show.
sunny. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a dark concert or nothing. Okay, so I think that we were preparing ourselves for this band, right? The Blue Oyster Culture. We'll go back and
Yep.
forth on that. Obviously, the very first album that they put out to the world, um, On Your Knees, right? On Your Feet or On Your Knees. I
Yep.
love this, how they
I
opened
know.
up. They made it true to the record. And then, and even the sleeve. They did, when Blue Oyster Cult does something, they do a fabulous job at it when it comes to the management doing all this work. And of course, every CD you get from them, and they always make it represent the albums. It
Yep.
looks like the real deal. I love that.
Now, is that the deluxe edition?
Yes, sir.
So I have the old CD version, so I'm wondering what I'm missing on this. I never went and got the deluxe. I don't know. Mine's got
I wouldn't know. I only got this. It's interesting because I was a Blue Oyster Cult for fan for years, and then I had cassettes, and they always running in the wrong order. So until I got these CDs, I ended up getting all the remastered right off the bat.
how many tracks
Um,
is on your version?
I don't check it out. I don't know if there's any extra track. No, this is not a deluxe one. It's just a remaster.
Okay, so you got the same
I
12
don't know.
songs.
If there's extra tracks, I don't have them. So my
Okay,
bad.
yeah, it's
It looks like the real album cover though, man. Like
yeah, like the
it's
original
hard to
eight.
put in my collection. It's just out quite a bit. It's
Oh yeah, it's a little bigger, yeah.
in the setting, yeah. Okay, next.
All right. Some Enchanted Evening,
Yep.
right?
Look like you got a deluxe version.
I do have the deluxe version, yeah. So this
Okay, I
this is the
don't.
way this is the one to get because I mean for
Okay.
me the original album release was too short, had a bunch of covers on it, but here you've got ME 262 is on here. You get Harvester of Eyes, Hot Rails to Hell, This Ain't the Summer of Love, the Five Guitar Jam. You get all this extra stuff, which is really,
Oh,
really cool.
I'm
And you get an alternate version of We Gotta Get Out of This Place, Born to Be Wild, and a DVD of a live performance of from this time period. So Rick's like, yeah, I got to get that. And Rick looks like he's frozen. There we go. He's back. Okay, you were
all right.
frozen.
I'm okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
you froze for a second there
Okay.
as well. So yeah, I think they have cover tunes on here, and they have all those other songs on there. Kick Out the Jam and we got to get out of this place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Born to
I'm
Be
definitely
Wild
want
is
to get
also on here. Yeah,
the better version.
yeah. So I would definitely get
Are
if
you there,
you
my
want you.
friend?
I'm here. Yep, I'm
I can
here.
hear you. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know where weird stuff is going on with the internet here. I don't know what's
Oh, okay.
for you, but yeah.
Okay,
All right,
moving
next
on.
up.
This one,
Yep,
extraterrestrial live. That's
yep.
pretty good,
Killer.
and I like it because it's promoting the Fire of the Unknown Origin. I think
Yep, yep.
tour. That's cool.
It's a really good live album, and of course, and some of it recorded at the Minutes Civic Center in Poughkeepsie, New York, a venue that I spent lots and lots of time at. I wasn't at that particular show. I was at the show, I think, the year after when they came. They play with Uriah Heep at the Civic Center, and I was at that show. But yeah, so if you listen, at one point in one of the songs, he's like, "Oh, how you doing, Poughkeepsie?" So yeah, very cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, this one is called Live Agent of Fortune Tour, and it's CD DVD combo, so you get them performing the whole album in its entirely. This was Hard Rock Live Cleveland 2014, a CD DVD combo, and those guys signed it for me. And then the last thing we seen was first night and second night of a deluxe edition of their 50th anniversary, and there's two double CDs here,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
performances, and they had their old drummer come back to play a few tunes and stuff like that. So it's kind of historic. And I also have this thing on blue on DVD called A Long Day Night, and this was a good. This is where I started to jump on board on live to follow them. So, wow,
Very
this is
good.
great.
That's if I remember, isn't Bobby Rondinelli on drums on that one? If I
Yes,
remember
sir. I think
correctly. Yeah.
so.
So I've got
Yes,
another
he
one
is. Yes, he
here.
is. You're
This
right.
is Land of the Psychic Wars or Tales of the Psychic Wars, and it's got two shows on it, two disc sets. So one was recorded it doesn't say where, New York, 1981, and then also in Pasadena Perkins Palace in 1983. And a lot of
Wow,
tracks, full show on both. So really, really cool stuff. This is very good. Yeah, I don't
that's
even remember
great.
where I got this from. This came out in like 2001. So I've had this for ages, but yeah, good stuff.
Awesome. Awesome. So, um, next for me would be I have is the not one of your favorite bands, but definitely a favorite of mine. I went to Woodstock '94, and I was turned on brand new, 24 years old, going to and never seen these bands, and I walk away fans. King X was one of them. Collective Soul was a pretty good band that made an impression for me. But the band Blue Traveler, and this is live at the Fall, 1995, and I met the guy. He gave me a harmonica. I got to, and then there's one called Live What You and I Have Been Through, and then they put out
He
Live.
told you, it's like, here's a harmonica, please give it to Pete Pardo. No.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, I'm a fan of jam bands, and this band was one of the few '90 bands that I can appreciate that would change the set list all night to night and just jam, and they would do cover too and all that kind of stuff. So they get the Red Rocks. I love that. I love to see that place. I want to go there one day.
Oh yeah, I would like to see a show at Red Rocks too one of these days.
Yeah, wouldn't that be legendary?
But yeah, everybody who I've talked to who's gone there says it's just a magical, magical venue, and I believe it. I believe it.
Yep.
All right, how about some Tommy Bolin? Tommy Bolin and Friends
Nice.
live at Ebbets Field. This was June 3rd and 4th, 1974. Killer. If you just
So
want to hear Tommy jamming away on guitar, man, this is great.
so during Deep Purple, he disbanded, and this is where he had a show.
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, he squeezed in some solo stuff from time to time. So yeah, this was
Oh,
really, really cool stuff. And he's what do we got? So San Francisco River, Shaking All Night, Walking My Shadow, Born Under a Bad Sign. There's a lot of covers. Ain't No Sunshine, Grand Fandango, Ain't Nobody's Fool, Homeward Strut, Honeyman, and Stratus. Right. So it's kind of a little bit of everything on here. Very,
so
very
you get Private Eye stuff, right?
yeah. Yeah.
Right on. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
definitely,
awesome.
definitely cool live. Then there's tons of live Tommy Bolin stuff out there. This is just the tip of the iceberg. But yeah, if you look for it, you can easily find it.
Okay, well, let's do Joe Bonamassa. He's ridiculous. Got a lot of live albums. I only have the three. I think it's a live at the Royal Albert Hall DVD,
Yep,
and
that's the
so that's cool because Eric Clapton comes and join him. And then the last two live albums, more recent years, and it would includes CD and a Blu-ray with it. Okay, so Tales of Time, and that was basically I think that the with the album Time Clock, whatever that tour, and then this is live at the Hollywood Bowl with an orchestra,
Yep.
and it's really done well. And again, CD, Blu-ray video on the other side, so it's a nice package deal, and everything they do is really good sound and quality. Kevin Shirley, his producer, and he mixed it on. It sounds just wonderful, ear candy shit, man.
Yeah.
That's with the orchestration too. It's like that's not the easiest job to do, is to get all that and without stealing the frequency of the whole band. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
I am impressed more about the production than just the performance too. I have to admit, I'm just as impressed with the production I am with the performance.
Yeah, Joe's got a lot. I didn't I forgot to pull my Bonamassa live stuff, but he's got a lot of live releases. I've got almost all of them. They're all really good. The great thing about him is like they're all different. Like he releases probably too many live albums, but to his credit, every live album basically is a different set list than the one that came before it. So you're not
Indeed.
getting like the same live album over and over and over again. And especially like the early live albums, he would always do like these little like classic rock medleys and stuff where he would throw like passages from ZZ Top songs and Yes songs and Led Zeppelin, and that's so cool when he does that. And his band is
Mhm.
always great, regardless of who's in the band. Always really, really good. Yeah,
Good point. And that's a good point to mention that he didn't recycle a lot of these live songs.
yeah. So it's like
All
you
different.
really you can collect them all, and you're getting a different live album every single time.
Exactly. Unlike, let's say Rolling Stones or Maiden, you might get a handful of songs, a couple songs different, but there's always so many similar stuff. So, right,
Yeah,
good point.
yeah. So here's a first
Um,
booth that I
yeah,
picked
go
up
ahead.
not that long ago. It's Boston live at the Agora Ballroom from 1976.
Cool.
This is an FM radio broadcast, I guess. It's pretty good sounding, and you get like so I'll tell you the set list. It's a rock and roll band, Help Me, which was never appeared on the first album, Peace of Mind, Something About You, A Man I'll Never Be, Smokin', Foreplay, Long Time, Don't Be Afraid, More Than a Feeling, and Television Politician, which kicks ass. It's one of their early tracks that they never put on an album. It's so good. This is very good. And it shows you that they could pull off a lot of those vocal harmonies and things live. It's really, really good kick-ass Boston show.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Next for me is Jason Bottom put an album out called In the Name of Thy Father. It's basically a Zeppelin, tribute. In the Even Ramble On, the song remains the same, what it did, what to never be, the ocean, since I've been loving you, communication breakdown, 10 years gone, rain song, and a whole lot of love with an encore medley that they do a bunch of stuff, a bunch of songs. But this was recorded live at Electric Ladyland. That's what was
Uh,
significant there.
cool.
Yeah.
You have anything before Bowie?
Nope. I just
Okay,
Bowie next.
let's do
What do you got?
Bowie. Bowie live. Tower Theater in Philadelphia. Classic, this is during his that period. This is the cocaine period right here. But great classic live album, two CD set here. Really, really good. And then of course there's Santa Monica 1972. This is really the one to get. This is a cool box set. This was an import. And this is basically chronicling the whole kind of Ziggy Stardust era right
Okay.
around that time. So definitely good. Those are the two that I have.
Is that the last show where he canceled? He said, and then Ziggy Stardust. There is a performance where there is a last video, last show, and he
Yeah.
announced that he's no longer being Ziggy after that. And the band didn't even know it. I'd like to get that audio. This is what I got called Live Los Angeles 1974.
Okay. Wow.
And it's a first broadcast live for this radio station with his um, Bowie was playing, and this is Los Angeles, September 5th, 1974, the complete show, according to this. And this one, this two, Rebel Rebel, Moon Age Daydream, you think it changes everything. Aladdin singing, all the young dudes. Oh man, so many good tunes. Space Oddity, Diamond Dog, Rock'n'Roll Suicide. It's great.
So
And
I would think that sounds like if you have this, you need that one too, because a lot of the stuff that would be
the
cool
material won't be the same.
is
Yeah.
on there. Yeah, because here this has got like Hang On to Yourself, Ziggy Stardust, Changes, Life on Mars, 5 Years, Space Odyssey, Andy Warhol, Width of a Circle, Queen Bitch, Moon Age Daydream, Waiting for the Man, Gene Genie, Suffragette City, Rock and Roll Suicide. But you have a lot of other stuff that
Yeah,
also
I do. But
right
there's a
in.
lot of songs that,
Yeah,
they'll repeat, but there's a lot of new stuff too. So
yeah.
right on. Yeah, that's a good. I'm gonna get that one. So by the next time we do the next letter, I'll have that one for sure. Okay. Let's
Well,
see.
I only have one band left. So
Okay, I got a couple. Um, One is James Brown, and James Brown live at the Apollo Theater. I mentioned that one of the best live recording. And then there's a Brown live at the Boston Garden, and this is in the eve of Martin Luther King got shot, and they were afraid of the race riots are going, nuts about how this went down, and it was not a happy news, obviously, and for the right reason. And so he had a real challenge to keep everybody from losing their shit and try to let the music be the medicine or the healing process. And there was a couple of people where they started to come up and say, hey, don't respect me and disrespect me, so to speak. And it's a really powerful performance of James Brown demand respect and have the audience tamed for the show, which could have went crazy, could have
oh, it
went
could
the
have
other
been
way.
disastrous. Yeah, for sure.
It was really a sad time, and you can understand why. Okay, what's your next one?
Next and last is going to be Budgie. So we've got two collections here of live recordings, the BBC recordings from God, what year was this? I can't even remember. I hate when they put this like red lettering on black. 1972, 1980, 1976, and I can't make out the rest. But anyway, it's two discs of live stuff. Oh, you got it as well. Yep.
No,
And
I got the radio station
oh,
sessions
I
of
had that
70.
too. Yep, I
Yeah,
got
that's what
that.
I don't have what you originally show. I have the radio sessions cause 74, 78.
Yeah, this
So
is
you
good
got,
because it dips into the 70s and the 80s, whereas this one is two shows from one from 74, one from 78.
yeah. And one's
Really
London,
good.
one's
Pretty
Los
good
Angeles.
quality
Yeah, I
too.
like this. I love this. I love it. I wish there was more of it. I'm a big Budgie fan.
Yeah,
The only one I had before this that I could mention was Chris Robinson and Rich Robinson. I got a CD and DVD of this. They did an acoustic show called Brothers of a Feather, and it's kind of cool because they show some songs of their solo stuff plus the Black Crowes, but as an unplugged, two guitars, voice, and a lot of tunes that you never heard from them do before. So it's cool they have. But to end it was Budgie for me too, and I this is proof that this is a real powerful hard rock band. They sound so much power when they play live, and it resonates.
How cool of an album cover is that?
That's cool,
That's what the cover of a live album should look like.
big time.
Even though it's it's radio, they're playing live at the BBC radio sessions, but still, it's like it still looks great.
It is. It is.
Even this cover is really cool too when you really look
I
at it.
like that. Even the back of this is showing. This is pretty cool too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Budgie. Yeah, we were just talking about Budgie on Guitar Hack last night, so I love Budgie.
Me
Great
too, man.
underrated band.
Me too.
Underrated band.
Me too. Well, thank to you because I only had a few when you went to and did the ranking, and I'm like, damn, he's really highlighting all these albums. I thought they were just the 70 things, but I went all the way up to the early 80s and I stopped right there.
Yeah,
But
a
it
lot
was
of good
great.
stuff.
I'm glad I did. Thank you.
Cool. So that finishes up the letter B, everybody. And again, this we didn't throw everything out there. I'm sure there's others that we kind of forgot. I could have pulled a whole bunch of like fusion albums and stuff like that, but it's time constraints can't show every little thing. But if there's any glaring ones that we missed out on, put them down in the comments below. And I've got to go check out that Bad Company 77 one.
Yes, and I'm gonna go check out that David Bowie. So we got some work cut out for us.
And the Birth Control you got to check out too. Birth
Oh
Control.
yes, I already have that written out, but I gotta check out that band.
So cool. So there we have it. Rick, any updates on your end? How's things going with
Yeah, just
songwriting on new
recording some
albums?
music. I'm headlining some shows in my city and Leamington at the nearby community, but doing really well. If you want to check out my webpage, ricklabonte.com, you could see what's going on, and you can be one of the first to hear all these new tunes I'm going to be releasing shortly. And if you're interested in any of my previous albums, there's a discography you can grab, and I'll sign it for you and send it to you, like I've been doing for a lot of people out there. And yeah, no, thank you again for your support, and looking forward to our next show.
Yeah, we'll see you next month for the letter C, everybody. So till then, visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube all the
Oh,
damn time.
one time.
Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Links to all the places down below where you can help us out, merch, Cameo, Ko-Fi, memberships, all that stuff. The links are down there. And we'll see you next time here on Live Album Love for Rick Labonte, IMP Pardo. Tune in just a couple hours for the professor's picks. We got the UK Connection tomorrow and ranking the albums on Sunday. So lots more to come. Have a good weekend, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care.